Okay, let's get right into it. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're diving deep into Apple's massive new operating system for the Mac, macOS 27 Golden Gate. We're going to break down the biggest changes and see exactly what this means for your daily workflow. Welcome to Tube Dual Original Podcast. Today, we're using our visual explainer format. Basically, we've taken all those dense developer notes and WWDC announcements and distilled them down just so you can easily grasp the absolute biggest updates coming to your computer.
So here's our roadmap for today. 1. Welcome to Golden Gate. 2. Siri AI and intelligence. 3. The new liquid glass. 4. Is your Mac compatible? And 5. How to upgrade safely.
Let's kick things off with Section 1. Welcome to Golden Gate. You know Apple, they absolutely love their California landmarks. So we're trading last year's snowy Tahoe for the iconic Golden Gate Bridge. It's a massive update, and the full public release is scheduled to drop in the fall of 2026. Moving right along to Section 2, Siri AI and Intelligence. Say hello to the newly redesigned Siri AI. And look, this isn't your basic old-school voice assistant. Powered by Apple Intelligence and Google Gemini, it actually understands your personal context. Like, it literally knows what's actively on your screen. And the biggest shift here, it's now built directly into the Spotlight search bar, so it's ready to handle complex questions instantly. This new intelligence totally transforms how we browse the web in Safari 2. Imagine just creating custom browser tools using everyday language, or, using the new Notify Me feature to automatically monitor a website, say, waiting for a price drop on a flight. Plus, and I love this, Safari will finally automatically group those dozens of chaotic open tabs into neat, organized topics for you. Real game changer. But you're probably wondering, what about my privacy? Well, Apple uses a really clever 3-step system to essentially build a fortress around your data. Step 1, your simple questions process entirely right there on your Mac. Step 2, the more complex tasks go up to a secure private cloud compute that instantly deletes your data. And Step 3, for the really heavy advanced reasoning, it safely queries Google Cloud Gemini but completely hides your identity first. So you get all that AI power without giving up your privacy. All right, let's look at Section 3, the new liquid glass. If you found last year's liquid glass design just a bit hard to read, you aren't alone, and Apple actually listened. They've brought in a transparency slider, so you can easily make your windows look more solid. They've also standardized all the window corners and brought vibrant color back to the sidebar icons. These might seem like tiny tweaks, but trust me, they drastically reduce eye strain when you're staring at a screen all workday. Which brings us to a very important Section 4. Is your Mac compatible? Okay, to understand the new compatibility rules, we really have to talk about the neural engine. Basically, this is a dedicated processor built inside modern Apple chips designed exclusively for blazing fast AI tasks. Older Macs running on Intel chips, they simply do not have this hardware. Because of that, older Intel Macs cannot run macOS 27 at all. So let's figure out where your specific Mac stands. If you have an M1, an M2, or any Mac with only 8 GB of memory, you are going to get macOS 27, but just with basic Siri AI features. Now, if you want to unlock the whole shebang, the absolute full, powerful Siri AI experience, you're going to need a newer M3 chip with at least 12 GB of memory. And hey, listen up, because this is a crucial warning for your older software. macOS 27 is the very last update to fully support Rosetta 2. That's the translation tool that lets you run your old Intel apps. Moving forward, those older applications will literally just shatter and stop working entirely. Seriously, right now is the time to audit your software and start finding modern replacements. Now get this, there is a really fascinating geographical twist. Due to the Digital Markets Act regulations, Apple is actually delaying Siri AI for iPhones in the European Union. However, because the Mac is categorized completely differently under those strict rules, EU Mac users are in luck. They get the new Siri AI immediately at launch, 0 wait time. Finally, Section 5, how to upgrade safely. The developer beta is out there and available right now. So the big question we have to ask is, should you actually install it today? The reality is, beta software is basically a rough draft. It's totally unfinished, it absolutely has bugs, and it can crash your favorite apps or just drain your battery like crazy. So proceed with caution here. But hey, if you're feeling adventurous and want to dive in, let's do it safely. Step 1, ensure you have a solid 35 to 50 gigabytes of free space. Step 2, And please do not skip this. Create a complete backup of all your data, like a full backup. Finally, sign into the Apple Developer Portal, open your Mac system settings, and just select Beta Updates to get the ball rolling. Wait, before you hit download, here is a very specific insider warning for you. The current beta actually breaks the boot drive selector. So if you're running a custom setup, like maybe you run Asahi Linux or an alternate partition alongside macOS, this bug might totally lock you out of switching between them. Keep your personal setup in mind before you jump in. And there you have it, your full explainer on macOS 27. We've unpacked the massive AI leaps, the slick visual polish, and those strict new hardware rules. So I'll leave you with this. Are you going to take the risk and upgrade to the Golden Gate beta today to test out that AI, or are you going to play it safe and wait for the polished release this fall? Think it over. Thank you so much for joining me today, and keep learning.